Welcome back to Nation of Glory, the channel where we celebrate the lives and stories of the people who shaped Hollywood with their talent, courage, and unforgettable journeys. Today, we bring you the inspiring story of a woman who began her career before she could even read scripts, a child prodigy who grew into one of the most respected actresses and filmmakers of her generation. Her story is about brilliance, resilience, transformation, and the courage to keep moving forward in the face of challenges. This is the life and journey of Alicia Christian Foster, known to the world as Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster was born on November 19, 1962, in Los Angeles, California. From the very beginning, her life seemed destined for the screen. Her mother, Evelyn, noticed Jodie's intelligence and spark early on. By the time she was just 3 years old, Jodie was appearing in television commercials. Imagine that while most children were learning to ride tricycles, she was already performing in front of cameras. It was not a hobby, it was a path unfolding before her eyes. Her early career took off quickly. At just 6 years old, she began appearing in television shows. But Jodie wasn't just another child actor, she had something different. A natural presence, maturity beyond her years, and an ability to connect with the audience in ways that many adults couldn't. Producers noticed. Directors noticed. And soon, the world noticed. In the early 1970s, Jodie Foster landed roles that would set the foundation for her career. She appeared in Disney films like Napoleon and Samantha and Freaky Friday, where her charm and wit shined. But even then, she wasn't satisfied with being just a child star. She wanted to grow, to challenge herself, and to show the world she was more than a cute face on the screen. That breakthrough came in 1976, when legendary director Martin Scorsese cast her in Taxi Driver. At only 12 years old, Jodie played the role of Iris, a young girl caught in a dark and dangerous world. The performance was raw, haunting, and unforgettable. While the film shocked audiences, it also announced Jodie Foster as an extraordinary talent. At an age when most children were still figuring out who they were, Jodie was holding her own alongside Robert De Niro in a film that would become one of the greatest in cinema history. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination. And just like that, the world understood, Jodie Foster was not just a child star. She was a serious actress. But with early fame also came challenges. Growing up in the public eye meant facing pressures that most teenagers couldn't imagine. Yet Jodie remained grounded. She focused on her education, attending Yale University, where she studied literature. Imagine the discipline it took. Already a Hollywood star, she chose to sit in classrooms, study hard, and graduate with honors. That choice speaks volumes about her character. She wanted balance, knowledge, and depth beyond the silver screen. In the 1980s, Jodie transitioned fully into adult roles, and it wasn't easy. Many child stars struggle to be taken seriously once they grow up. But Jodie's intelligence and skill gave her an advantage. She took on roles that showed her range, from comedies to intense dramas, slowly building her reputation. Then came the film that would change everything, The Accused, in 1988. In The Accused, Jodie played Sarah Tobias, a woman seeking justice after a brutal assault. The role was challenging, emotionally demanding, and risky. But Jodie delivered a performance so powerful, so honest, that it earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress. That moment silenced any doubts about her ability to transition into adult stardom. She was no longer the child from Taxi Driver. She was one of the finest actresses of her generation. Only a few years later, Jodie gave the world another unforgettable performance in The Silence of the Lambs. Playing FBI trainee Clarice Starling, she went toe-to-toe with Anthony Hopkins' chilling portrayal of Hannibal Lecter. The film was a phenomenon, both critically and commercially. Jodie's quiet strength, intelligence, and vulnerability made Clarice one of the most iconic characters in film history. And for that, she won her second Academy Award for Best Actress. By the 1990s, Jodie Foster had achieved what few ever do. She wasn't just a successful actress, she was a respected artist. But she wanted more. She wanted to tell stories from behind the camera. So she turned to directing. Her directorial debut, Little Man Tate, told the story of a child prodigy struggling to find his place in the world. The film was deeply personal, reflecting her own experiences as a child in the spotlight. It showed the world that Jodie wasn't just an actress, she was a storyteller. She continued to direct, act, and produce, balancing both worlds with remarkable skill. Over the years, she gave audiences memorable performances in films like Contact, Panic Room, and Flight Plan. Each role added another layer to her legacy: bravery, intelligence, and emotional depth. But what makes Jodie Foster's story truly inspiring is not just her awards or films. It's her resilience. She faced challenges, both personal and professional, including public scrutiny, the struggles of navigating Hollywood as a woman, and the constant pressure to prove herself. Yet through it all, she remained authentic. She never allowed Hollywood to control her narrative. She chose roles carefully, lived privately, and built a career on her own terms. Her contributions have not gone unnoticed. With 2 Academy Awards, 3 BAFTAs, 4 Golden Globes, and countless honors, she has been recognized as one of the greatest talents in film. In 2021, she even won a Golden Globe for The Mauritanian, showing that her brilliance has not dimmed with time. Jodie Foster's story is about more than stardom. It's about growth. It's about courage. It's about a little girl who stepped in front of cameras before she could spell her name, and transformed into a woman who commands Hollywood with intelligence and grace. Her journey reminds us that talent may open doors, but it is resilience, discipline, and authenticity that keep them open. Today, Jodie Foster stands as a legend, not just because of the roles she played, but because of the way she carried herself through the highs and lows of fame. She inspires generations of actors, filmmakers, and dreamers to follow their passion, stay true to themselves, and never stop evolving. And so, as we celebrate her life and career, we also celebrate the timeless lesson her story teaches us: greatness is not about the spotlight you're given, it's about how you choose to shine. Thank you for staying with us through this incredible journey of Jodie Foster here on Nation of Glory. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and share this video with others who love inspiring Hollywood stories. Until next time, keep believing in your dreams, and remember, your story matters too.